Indeed it is. His career is travelling at about the same speed he drives, flat out, dominating in F3 and F2 now, and with an eye, of course, on a seat in Formula One, Australia's own Oscar Piastri. Hello and welcome to the show. So much to get to with you about your career, but the first question, have you been watching the Olympics?
Firstly, thank you for having me. I've watched a little bit of the Olympics. It's not exactly at the best time for Europe, but I've seen some of the Aussie gold medals, and I've seen, I don't know what the name of the coach of Arnie Titmus, but I've seen that video plenty of times. That made my day yesterday, so I've been watching it a little bit. I
love it. As we said, now, you won on debut in F3. You've come in through F2, that we saw your win there earlier in the season. You've now set yourself up beautifully in this championship for the back half, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been a really great first half. Currently leading the championship halfway through the season, so got about 6 or 7 weeks until the next race. But yeah, it's been a really strong start. 1 win, 5 podiums. So hopefully I can keep it up. And we had a really strong outing at Silverstone last weekend. Just couldn't quite get it done in the feature race for the win, but still finished on the podium. So it's been a good run.
You're looking really good, top of the F2 Championship standings at the moment. And I understand that if you win F2, that you actually can't compete in this category again. So the move up seems imminent for you, and it's the business time, I guess, of the season where people are shoring up their teams and their seats in their cars. How is it looking for you? Because obviously F1 is the goal.
Yes, so yeah, it's correct. If the champion of F2 can't compete in it again, so yeah, it kind of leaves myself in a little bit of a sticky situation if that happens. Obviously, it's a nice situation to be in, but yeah, I honestly have no idea what the deal is for next year yet. I don't have any news to give. Not that I'd be able to give it to you, obviously, but yeah, I honestly have no idea. I'm just focusing on going fast and trying to win this championship this year.
And Mark Webber, Australian Formula One legend, is in your ear, helping you out, guiding you through the off-track stuff, I guess, as much as the on-track stuff. And how much of it is it? Like we see, there's a guy like Lance Stroll, who people question all the time whether or not he'd be driving Formula One if his dad wasn't a billionaire. Now, you need that financial backing to a certain degree. How much is Mark helping with that to take care of the ins and outs off-track so you can concentrate what you're doing behind a wheel?
Yeah, Mark's been great on that, and also his wife Anne. Yeah, they're dealing with a lot of my negotiations and stuff like that behind the scenes, and he's certainly very busy at the moment, looking towards next year. So yeah, he's been great so far. Obviously, he was also in F1, so he's got a few tips and tricks here and there. Monaco was a good one. He had a few good pointers there. But yeah, a lot of his work that he's been doing for me is behind the scenes off the track. So yeah, hopefully he can find me a seat somewhere for next year. But yeah, he's certainly working hard for me, that's for sure.
Oscar, what are your dreams and your goals? Where do you want to reach? To the top? Is that the pinnacle?
Yeah, well, the first goal is getting to F1, because that's a big challenge in itself. And then yeah, once I get to F1, I don't want to just be driving around. I want to be trying to win and fight for championships. So, yeah, firstly getting to F1 and then becoming world champion if I'm good enough to stay there.
Oscar, this question is not for me. I understand the difference. It's for viewers at home that don't. What is the basic difference between F2 and F1 in a nutshell?
So the biggest difference is, I'd say the power is quite a big difference. An F2 car's got about 600 or a little bit more, and an F1 car in quality trim is probably pushing around 1,000. The weight of the cars is pretty similar. The F2 car is actually a little bit heavier. But then I'd say the biggest difference is the downforce. The F1 car's just got a lot more downforce. You can kind of see from the technicality of the cars and the way they look. They've got a lot more grip through the corners, and that's the main reason they can go so much faster than F2. So yeah, those 3 differences really.
And what about prize money? Pretty similar, or?
I don't actually know if there is any prize money for F2, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the prize money at F1's pretty good. So hopefully I can let you know in a few years.
You're still just a kid, 20 years of age, but taking you right back, you started racing remote control cars first and then into karting. And then you were 10? What was the age when you really got into it and why?
Yeah, so I started racing remote control cars when I was about 6 or 7, I think, with my dad. And then we met someone through that who had a go-kart. That was about when I was 9 or 10, and then I had a go in that. And then the next week I had my own go-kart sitting in the garage at home. So it moved pretty quickly from RC cars to karting, and then I raced in Australia for about 4 or 5 years, sort of getting towards a national level, and I finished on the podium in a few national championships. And then we made the move to Europe in 2016 full-time. And I've been here ever since.
Well, you're doing an amazing job. Obviously, if you haven't got the seat in F1 towards the back end of the F2 thing, throw a few races so you can stay in F2 next time around. Thank you so much. All the best. Lovely to talk to you.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. Of course, you can catch all of the action from the Formula 2 Championship as well as the Formula 1 right here on Fox Sports. Coming up, our Champ of the Week. Stick around.